Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and today I'm doing episode 14 of my server play series. You can see I came downstairs here to check on the progress of my reed and watermelon farm. Things look to be doing pretty well. The one chest here that I've set up is just storing all the reeds that I collected, and then any excess reeds would also go into this chest, where it gets pumped out and sent to my recycler over frequency 10. So pretty much right now my reed farm is just getting recycled. I have a good amount of these sugarcane slash reeds. And my watermelon farm, not doing too bad itself. Doing pretty good, actually. Got a significant amount of watermelons at this point. I should probably at some point set up something similar to this, where it's a overflow situation, and any excess watermelons either get recycled or who knows. I'm sure I'll find something to do with them. Maybe I'll just make that a big diamond chest, and it'll probably take forever to fill. Otherwise, just checking on my quarry here. Things seem to be running rather well. My 7x7 pool did happen to dry up overnight, so I had to refill it. Not the end of the world, but still trying to figure out how I can get that to stick. And I'm anxiously awaiting the new version of bucket filler to get released, so that I can probably just use like a bucket filling, auto water creator thingy. And if we run over to my nuclear facility, you'll also see that my nuclear reactor survived the night once again. I still have this lock system in place, so I have to just throw a piece of cobblestone in there to get inside. And I have some tweaking to do on that system, like I mentioned in my last episode. Right now, it's just a prototype. So, you can see uranium's running along, doing its job. Mass fabricator's cooking up some UU matter for me. At some point I'll probably want to get a second nuclear reactor in there, but we'll see. I did notice a bunch of mossy cobblestone in my chests today, so I'm assuming that the new quarry I put up the other day ran into a dungeon. Taking a run over there to check that guy out. Oh yeah, that's right. I filled this place with water, didn't I? Well, maybe I'll check it out once the quarry's done. I always like to throw some sponges in there. We do have that sponge mod thing. So today I think I might want to get started on a new build. So why don't I find a good position to get started at, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, it's time to do a new build, something that I've been kind of planning on in the back of my head for a while. Why don't I head over to the destination, and I'll show you what I'm going to plan on making. Ooh, isn't it birdie? That is going to be the location of my new base. Wahahaha. So I guess my first job here should be to kind of figure out where exactly I want to set up shop inside this thing. I need to have an entrance, which shouldn't be too hard to figure out. And I need to have some kind of, sentry or entry system to make sure, people don't get in there without the code or something cool like that. So why don't I get started on figuring out exactly where I want to set up shop, and I will be back shortly. So I'm starting by just digging a hole straight into the volcano here, and once I get sufficiently deep, I'm going to start building downwards like so. Looks like I just ran into some dirt. That's cool. And what I'm going to do here is kind of dig my way through and see what I can find down here. And I'm going to try and find like a nice cave system to start living in, or maybe just like a giant volcano base. I'm not sure exactly how I want to play this out, so I'm just going to get started and see where it takes me. Alright guys, so I'm just setting up a new little system here. A gold chest, which pumps into a teleport pipe over frequency 5, which I haven't used yet. And basically what this guy's going to do is be my volcano base teleportation system. Any items I put in here will get sent over frequency 5 to my volcano base. So while I'm making the long trek back to my volcano base, I should tell you guys I do have a plan to make this travel a little bit more enjoyable. I'm thinking I want to have a minecart system in between my main base and my new volcano base. So, I mean, I could go teleporter, but meh, I don't know, I just feel like minecart might be more fun to build. So I'm thinking like an underground subway system that basically will connect the two bases, and maybe a couple other locations along the way in the future. So as you can see, it's a bit of a run. I mean, quantum suit makes it easier, but a good distance. So I'm definitely going to have like a pretty complicated system underground there. And I've made it so, at least for now, I've just dug out a small area. Not too shabby. I'm going to put in my system here that I'll receive over frequency 5 for me. For now, just a regular old chest. Actually, I'm going to need some more teleport pipes, because I also want to build a system. So why don't I just put down this as a double chest for now. And I want to set up... I added basalt cobblestone to my auto sorter so that it gets cooked into regular basalt. And basically what I want to be able to do is pump that stuff out. So I'm just going to have this guy here. And of course this base is definitely going to be a lot more advanced in the future, but for now, we're all good. And then frequency 1. So this is going to be teleporting stuff back to my base, so I'm going to just go ahead and put some basalt in there, the cobblestone stuff. It'll be sent over frequency 1 to my auto sorting system, and the basalt will be cooked, and that'll be cool. So, a couple more things to set up inside here. Obviously need to make it a little bit cooler. It's a little boring right now, but I need to get started on that, so I'll be back shortly. So I just ran all the way back to my base, and you can see this is working exactly as planned. All the basalt is coming through here and getting thrown into this guy. I actually put some from what I mined earlier in there as well. So, looks like it's working pretty well. Good. Because I want my entire volcano base to have a majority of this stuff in it, obviously, and that'll be pretty neat. At least, like, you know, the main outside area. I want it to be pretty much almost unassuming at first, and then when you walk up to it, realize, alright, there's something here. Alright guys, so I've got the makings of a volcano base. It's obviously pretty simple and straightforward at the moment, but I'm getting tired of having to run back and forth between the base. So that's why I'm going to start clearing out this mountain behind me, and I'm going to build my minecart track system inside this mountainous area right behind my house. And I kind of want it to be like underground and just run straight off in that direction towards the volcano. So why don't I get started on building that? And I think it might even be pretty cool if it ran through my quarries. That might be kind of neat. So I'm just hanging out in the back of my house here and cleaning it up a little bit. You can see I got rid of all these water pools that I had here. It was my intention to eventually have a bunch of pumps going on, but I've got that pump heading, hanging out downstairs, that big 7x7 area that keeps emptying out on me. And eventually I'll have the bucket filler mod that will allow me to create water out of thin air, basically. So that's cool. I think it looks pretty good at the moment. I might want to clean up a little bit more, but I think for the most part it's pretty good. I reran the wiring under the ground here. It leads all the way over to here, and it all fully runs underground somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so it all comes underground and then heads into that MFE that I have powering my main room here. So I want to make an entranceway somewhere along this back wall, and I'm trying to figure out the best place to do that. I'm thinking maybe like right around here somewhere. So why don't I get started kind of flattening out this this area. I think that might be good. Yeah. What I'll do is just kind of lay down some smooth stone just to make it look like a big flat wall face, and then I'm going to have a jeb door that'll open up into the minecart system that I have planned. So looking pretty good. And I came up with a really nice, what I think is a really nice minecart system for deploying and storing minecarts when I'm not using them. So I'll show you guys that. I kind of did it as a prototype, and I'm really excited about it because I think it's pretty neat, and I'll show it to you guys shortly. But for now, why don't I get started on my old friend, the jeb door. So this should be as good a cliff face as any to stick my jeb door. I think I'm just going to place it right here, 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 and here. And this will be the entranceway that leads into my minecart area. Looking sharp. So those who watch my videos a lot know that I did actually do a tutorial on how to make jeb doors. And I'm kind of trying to remember now off the top of my head how they work exactly, but I think I'll be able to figure it out. So if you watched my tutorial, you know you want to basically do something like this. And then you're going to want your smooth stone here. And then what's going to happen is these guys are going to get pushed out, and then they're going to push out to here. And basically trying to make it look, you know, so you guys can see what's going on. You want to have this guy here and this guy here. Neat little lighting bug there. I think we want a delay of 1 on these guys. And then I'm going to try and do this with red alloy wire. And I need a redstone. I'm guessing here. Alright, just as like a so I can test it out type of deal. Ooh. I'm going to wind up putting my red wire like so. And let's get ourselves a lever. Nope. Okay, that looks better. If I go ahead and flip the lever now, we'll see that it extends all 4 blocks, which is exactly what we want. Next, we need to wire it onto the roof. So let's get that set up. So I've run this thing up like this, and over to here, and onto my roof, and that looks pretty sharp. And as soon as I connected it up there, it extended the wall. So now I've got half of a jet door, basically. It retracts in, like so, and then I flip this lever again. And kinda. I have to tweak the timing just a little bit, but I'll get it. Alrighty then, so looks like I got this guy sorted out. If I flip the switch, the wall looks sealed, and let's assume I had the other door there, so it's a nice flush wall. And then flipping the switch again, if I could hit the switch, oh, there we go, it opens up, pretty spiffy. And I can cover this wall up, and that looks nice, very good. Perfect. So now I'm going to build another wall on the other side. Alright, got this door hooked up now. Pretty much the same design that I did a moment ago. And we've got an entranceway. And I flip the switch. And we've got a pretty flush wall there. Awesome. Now I need to figure out exactly how I want to open up this door. I might do it with that obsidian pipe system, or I might do it with some kind of lever or combination. I don't know. We'll see. I'll figure it out. So I've got this nice little door here, working exactly the way I want it to. And I think before I really figure out how I'm going to open it, I want to head downstairs and start clearing out my pathway. So I pretty much cleared out straight over to here, and I'm trying to decide exactly how I want to, make my way down. I'm thinking I might just go straight down here and have like a magnetizer that lets me up. And I figured out that I want to be around Y57. That's pretty much where I'm going to want to be. So, I know I'm doing the bad thing of digging straight down, but that's alright. So Y57 is probably where I'm going to want to hang out. So why don't I get started on that build, heading my way down there, and I'll be back. Alright, so hopping down my hole here. I haven't, done exactly what I want to do yet, but I do have a clearer set up here, so I'm going to flip this guy on and just clear out the area. I mean, it doesn't have to be a giant, huge room, but I definitely want it to be of decent size so that I can get my whole, there we go, clearing is done. Want to get my minecart station set up in here. That should be pretty good, at least for now. Beautiful. And it just so happens that it's high enough that I can jump up there, which is great. But I'm definitely going to install a magnetizer. So I'll flip those guys off, no sense wasting fuel. And, let's see. I also grabbed some white lamps here because I want to basically, yeah, that looks good. Pretty much have like some cool looking lamps. see, I think I'm going to do something like that, and something like this. Hooray! That'll look nice. Might need to be a little bit higher, but we'll move it if we need to. So you guys remember the recipe for the magnetizer, right? Yep. And I also made myself some iron fences, which if you didn't remember was this recipe right here. Iron fence. And that's what we're going to use to connect our magnetizer. I also made myself some glass fiber cables. I'm also going to pick up, I've got around here somewhere, a few diamonds. I'm pretty sure a magnetizer can accept, I think it needs low power current. I don't think it can do medium. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's low power current that the magnetizer needs. So, I want to make an MFE just to store the energy for the magnetizer. I mean, I could do it as a bat box probably, right? Yeah, why waste it? Well, what the heck. Can't hurt too bad. Alright, I went ahead and made the energy crystals. I could always replace it later if I really want to use just a bat box. And I'm going to need a low voltage transformer to, change the output of my MFE. So let's build one of those guys real quick. I'm trying to remember the recipe of. Oh yeah, that's what it is. Need some copper. And some cables, and some wood. There we go, LV transformer. So I'm basically just going to run my glass fiber cables downstairs to an MFE that'll hold, a bit of storage of energy just to make sure I have enough to power my magnetizer. That's going to have to run off of this line here, which is a medium voltage line. So I'll just run that down in a little bit. But for now, what I could probably do, I just want to test it out. I'm going to place down my MFE, place down my low voltage transformer, and I like to run cables between each box. Some you do need to, some you don't need to, but it's just something I like to do because it makes it easier, and every now and then I've had issues where I wasn't running a cable in between the boxes. And then my magnetizer. Put that guy down, as well as some iron fences. And we should be able to just ride this guy all the way up to the top. Now in order to test this, I'm just going to make myself a quick energy crystal, and maybe I'll just not even bother running energy down there. Magnetizers use so little energy that I could probably just fill that MFE up once with some energy crystals and not have to worry about him too often ever again. So that's what I might do, and just have to manually refill that thing every now and then. So let's take our energy crystal, charge it up. I'll be back in a moment once that's done charging. There we go, all full. So let's head back down there now. Ooh. Start charging it up. And now if I did this correctly, we should be getting some energy flowing into this guy. We'll see what's in the MFE. Yep, just a little less than 100,000, which is fine. Yeah, I think that's kind of working. Alright, so I've got my magnetizer set up here, looking pretty good. It's acting a little bit funny on multiplayer, but not too bad. Kind of works. Yeah, see? And then kind of doesn't sometimes. So I'm going to set up my tunnel, and this is exactly the way I want it to run. Kind of right through here. So basically what I'm going to be doing for the next little while is digging this tunnel out. And it's going to take me a while because I need to dug all the way over to my volcano, which is actually a pretty good distance away. And I did kind of purposely go through, I checked where my quarries are, and I'm going to be going through my quarries, which I think will be kind of cool to see. So that'll be neat. And I'll be back shortly once I've got some progress made on this cave. And I just realized that my quarry minecart system is going to go through the quarry that I just recently made, and which actually finished a few minutes ago, and is right now full of water, because I usually like to run water throughout my quarry as I'm running it, so that if it does encounter any lava, it'll turn it into obsidian, which this one definitely did, as a matter of fact. So I just, started draining out this quarry. I have some sponges here, because we do have the sponge mod enabled on the server, and I usually just stick the sponge on the one spot where I had, the water source blocks, and all the water starts to drain down. So I thought you guys might enjoy seeing that. It's kind of neat to watch as just this massive amount of water starts draining because the one source block that it all started from has been removed. So just going to let that guy drain for a bit, and yeah, we can see that this stuff is all draining rather quickly. It'll be about a few minutes before it's completely drained. And while I'm waiting for that big thing to drain out there, I'm back down in my little base here, and I'm gonna set up and demonstrate for you guys this crazy minecart system that I kind of came up with recently. So let's see if I can figure out a good way to do it. Where do I want to get into the minecart at? I'm thinking I should probably have a deployer right here. And the deployer is where I'm going to place my minecarts. I didn't bring any down with me because I'm kind of a dope, but I had meant to, I promise. Why don't I go get some? There we go. And I know I haven't done a tutorial yet on these guys, but I will eventually. But basically deployers, I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos, when they receive a redstone signal, will go ahead and deploy whatever's in their buffer. So that's where I'm going to be able to deploy the minecart from. Pretty cool. Ooh. Now, I have to design the system properly, but I basically want to have it then go down here into this back room where I'm going to have another deployer set up and a transposer. And the basic plan here is that the minecart lands on a detector rail, which activates a redstone signal. And I'm thinking I need my deployer, my transposer needs to be here. I kind of set up this whole system a bit ago as a test or demo system, prototype if you will. So basically, once this guy gets a redstone signal, the transposer, anything that's sitting on the ground, for example, a minecart, once he receives a redstone signal, he'll suck that minecart up and send him right back to the deployer. However, the problem I was having was I couldn't find a good way to get this minecart to become an item and get sucked up in the transposer. If the minecart's just sitting on the track, the transposer doesn't suck them up. It has to be like, a dropped item. It can't just be sitting there like that. The transposer will not pick him up when he's in that state. See? No luck. It actually has to be broken. And I need to have some walls here to prevent what just happened happening. So, I was sitting there wrestling for the longest time on how to get it to break like that automatically. And I finally figured out how I'm going to do it. You ready? It's actually kind of silly. I'm putting my mining laser in a deployer right above it. So watch what happens. I think if I hit this. Nope, I need to run a wire directly up to it. But why don't I get that wire run, and then I'll show you guys how this all works. So here's step one. I've got the wire for the detector plate here running up to a delay of a couple seconds, because if I let it shoot as soon as it lands, it's a problem. So we don't want that. And actually, I forgot I did. Nah, I think I'll be alright for now. So this guy will have a brief delay before activating the deployer with the laser inside. And then what we want to do is run a wire back here with a slightly longer delay. And that delay is going to activate the transposer, as you just saw a moment ago. So let's test this little system out and see how well he works. I might need to tweak it a little bit, but this should work pretty well. So if we activate our deployer, it gives us a minecart. Then if we shove the minecart onto the track, see that? Nice. Let's try it again, a little bit faster this time. Beautiful. Now granted, I'm going to have to recharge this deployer every now and then, but I'm prepared to do that. That's not a big deal for me. The laser, that is. I'm just going to have to recharge them every now and then in an MFE or an MFSU, but I can do that. That's no big deal. So I think I'm just going to now go ahead and cover this system up, because there's no reason that we have to see it for the most part. It just needs to exist back there. Oh, I don't want to cover that up now, do I? Alright, that should be good. So I'm just going to test this a little bit, make sure everything's good and smooth, and then I'll be back to finish digging out this area and checking out my quarry. Alright guys, looks like my quarry is nice and empty here. As you can see, I definitely ran through some kind of cave system, which was cool. And you can see some mossy cobblestone over there. Looks like I also mined my way through a dungeon of sorts. I should go over and just see, but I'm pretty sure I cleared the whole thing out. Yeah, you can see. I pretty much got almost all except one little bar of it, so that's alright. So I'm just getting out of here. And I'm going to dismantle my quarry. And then what I'm going to do is wrap up the episode. So, right now I'm just going to be dismantling this quarry by breaking these blocks. I don't need my chunk loaders here anymore. And I don't need my quarry. Or these pipes. And this is pretty much how I always clean up after myself once I'm done. Get rid of that. That should be good. And I'll probably set up a new quarry soon. But this is Direwolf20's signing off on episode 14. Hope you guys enjoyed checking out my server play series, episode 14. When I come back in 15, I'll probably wind up doing something like finishing that railway system that connects to my volcano, maybe get my volcano base up to snuff, and who knows what else will come. So stay tuned, take it easy.